Hello, Data Fam. Welcome back to our end-to-end analytics series. This might be the most exciting video in the series for most people in my audience because today we're going to get to look at this amazing Tableau dashboard. Before we do, let's just do a quick recap. So we learned how to load data from the public internet into our Snowflake data warehouse. We did that using Airbyte and their no-code connector builder UI. Then we looked at modeling in dbt. We looked at how we prepared the data before it comes into Tableau. It needs to be prepared and primed for analysis. So we used dbt inside of the Y42 platform to do that. Then we did like a little primer on like, hey, this is the first 10 minutes of me looking at the data in Tableau. So that was like just a quick little nothing. And now we're finally, what I promised that I was going to do is like 1 hour in Tableau and show you the dashboard after 1 hour, but after 1 hour, it wasn't presentable at all. So I took 3 hours, like 3.5, less than 4 hours in Tableau to come up with something that's actually presentable and it's functional. So let's dive right in. Real quick, before we dive into the dashboard, I realized that I haven't properly introduced myself at any point during this end-to-end analytics series. So let me do that now. My name is Jeff Skoldberg. I'm with Green Mountain Data Solutions. I'm the founder of Green Mountain Data Solutions. We are an analytics consulting firm. So if you need help with Snowflake, if you need help with organizing your data warehouse, with preparing your data for analysis, if you need help with the dashboarding aspect or the analysis aspect, reach out and give me a call and potentially we can help guide you on your journey. So let's jump in. Over here on my screen, I want to show you the first maybe 15 minutes of designing this dashboard, what I did. Actually, even less than 15 minutes, maybe even like 5 minutes. So using this tool called Excalidraw, and shout out to Joshua Marsh from ClearTelligence for turning me onto this tool. I'd never heard of it before, never used it before. This is just a real quick way to draw rectangles on your screen is really what it amounts to, rectangles and text. So this took about a few minutes to come up with the concept and the visual layout. It's called wireframing. It's an important step. I encourage you to do that when you design your dashboards. So this is turning the wireframe now into a real dashboard. So let's check it out. It says exploring the concert history of the greatest rock band. And we have some KPI tiles like the number of shows played over this date range. So this is from 1983 to just like a few weeks ago. This is the number of songs, not distinct songs. This is the number of unique songs that were performed. This is the number of like songs at a show. And let's just keep going through this header section. So we have the dashboard controls and filters. So here I have this split by era, yes, no. And let's just talk about what the eras are and what happens when I do no here. So you can see that green is like the grand total theme for the dashboard. So there's no legend anywhere on the dashboard. It should kind of speak for itself. So anywhere where it's basically a total is green. If I'm splitting it by era, we get colors, and the legend or the color theme emerges kind of on its own, because here we have very clearly labeled era 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0. And it might not be clear yet exactly what the 1.0, 2.0, 3.0 eras are until maybe you look down here at what I call the timeline. And within the timeline, we have this, is it orange or tan color? It's like tan, I guess. And then we have this like brownish reddish brown for the 2.0 era, and blue for the 3.0 era, and green for anything that is a grand total. Not getting quite into dashboard functionality yet, still just walking through the headers. So here we can explore different metrics. So we can explore popular openers. So if I wanted to see the most popular openers in the 3.0 era, I can just go ahead and now I'm looking at the most popular songs in the 3.0 era for openers. These are the most popular show openers. But I can also look by second set opener, encore, all songs, etc. So just to show you the functionality, when I click encore, you could see some of my chart titles update, okay, to the encores. And if I do all songs, these are the most popular songs regardless of position or regardless of where they were in the set, if they were open or encore. So this song had been played 153 times in the 3.0 era, and it had been played 507 times in all eras. Quick little date filter. I'm sure that makes perfect sense how this works. You just do this, and the whole entire dashboard updates. We can clear that filter. If you wanted to search for a particular song, like you could just do like Mike's, or just Mike, search for it. So now we can just filter to see one song, and it looks like this filter didn't clear here. There we go. So this song had been played 546 times. And moving on here to our era filter. So if you don't want to filter by date range, you can filter by era here, but also everything on the dashboard is a dashboard action. So if I just click the 3.0 header, that will do the same thing as filtering up here. Then finally, one of the most important filters on the dashboard for the fans. So this is what I call the baker's dozen scenario. So a lot of people watching this video won't be familiar with the band, but the baker's dozen is when they played 13 nights or 13 consecutive shows at Madison Square Garden. And they did it without repeating a single song. So on the 10th night, and you want to know what song they might play tonight on night 10, it's definitely not one of the songs in the last 9 nights. And of course on night 13, same thing. So if it's night 13 of the baker's dozen and that's tonight, you come here and you put a 12 in this little box right here. And this will exclude any song that has been played in the last 12 shows. And so this is basically what you might expect. I'm still sorted on 3.0. This is what you might expect the band to play on if this was night 13 of the baker's dozen. These are songs that haven't been played in the last 12 shows. Okay, and of course we could sort this by grand total if that's your style. If you think, oh, let's not consider 3.0 as important, let's go based off of all time. Boom, there you got it. So let's put this back to 0 and start walking through some more functionality of the dashboard now that we've gotten through the header section. So the way that this is supposed to work is if I want to help myself take a guess at what they might open with. So before the show, all the fans are talking, like, what do you think they're going to open with tonight? So you come to the dashboard, you sort by the 3.0 openers, which I think is the most reasonable thing to do. And then you grab like the top 15 of them or so. You could actually grab just the 3.0 section here and it will filter the entire dashboard. This is the number of shows since the last time this song was an opener, because we have opener selected here. And the darkness of the green tells me the number of times that that song was an opener or whatever is selected here. So just, we'll switch that in a second actually. So right here, my eyes are coming here, Chalk Dust Torture. So if I click on Chalk Dust Torture, I can then just look at it in isolation all by itself. And I can see that it's an extremely popular opener. It hasn't been an opener in 59 shows. So that would be like at the top of the things that I would pick. But this chart is not meant to be used in isolation by itself. It's meant to be used in combination with other filters on the dashboard. So once again, if I want to do the same exercise for encores, just to show real quick. So these were the encores. So there's usually more than one song in an encore. So these were the encores from the most recent show, the second most recent show, or one show ago, etc. And so I could do the same exercise of like, here's my most popular encores of the most recent era, the era that we're currently in. And I'm looking for the darkest bar and nothing's really jumping out, but it's either one of these two. So I'm going to guess for Sleeping Monkey, especially if they played Tweezer, because it's like Sleeping Monkey, Tweezer Reprise go together. So that would be for sure, I would guess Tweezer, or I would guess Sleeping Monkey if they played Tweezer in that show. And then Loving Cup, wow, what a great encore. Okay, so let's keep going on to something new here. The last thing that I want to show before we bail here is how to use this map. And I forgot, I wanted to add a venues filter right here, but I forgot to do it before the video. But here, if I want to go to like New York City, so I could say New York, New York, New York. And now the map has zoomed in, but nothing's filtered because you have to like lasso. So there's like, okay, those are the 3 errors. So that's probably almost definitely Madison Square Garden. I don't have anywhere actually in here the name of the venue. Oh man, it's completely missing from the dashboard, and really it should be very venue focused. So that was a huge miss on my part that I'm realizing right now. But this is like, okay, we're at Madison Square Garden, and we want to know just the songs that they typically play at Madison Square Garden. Maybe it's not the Baker's Dozen, it's like a 3-night run or something. It's night 1 of a 3-night run. But we don't want to pick any songs that they played in the last few days. So we'll put like a 2 here, and then you go on and you say these songs are at least popular. If we do this, not opener, we want to do all songs. So here's your most popular songs that are played at Madison Square Garden. And no surprise, it's really the same as the most popular songs, generally speaking, but just another use case for the dashboard. Okie doke. So I think that about wraps it up for dashboard explanation. All right, everyone. So that wraps it up. We're going to do the next video could be, if you want, a technical deep dive on this dashboard. And when I say technical deep dive, this is really more for beginners in Tableau. This is a very beginner dashboard, really, when it comes to the technical techniques that I employed here. If I don't get any comments requesting it, I might not do it. But so we're getting near the end of the end-to-end analytics series. So thank you again. And I'm going to continue to develop this dashboard over the next few months, and I'll keep it updated on Tableau Public. I'll publish this one as draft 1, and then I'll publish another one with like draft current, so you can always kind of see, hey, here's where we were after 3 hours, and then here's what we got to after we've kept on tweaking it endlessly. So with that, I wish you a good day, and thank you very much for your attention. It's been an honor to do this for you, and I hope to talk to you soon.